Right. So, as part of our learning, the banking domain, especially domestic and as well as international banking systems, when you try to understand, we need to understand about different principles as well as the kind of data aggregation as well as risk reporting tools. So, in that regard, today we are going to discuss about the BCBS 239. So, BCBS 239 is a Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which majorly issued principles for effective risk data aggregation as well as risk reporting, majorly to enhance any kind of risk data aggregation as well as capabilities, followed by any internal risk reporting practices whenever we are managing in the financial institution or in banks. This BCBS 239 majorly comply with data governance. At the same time, it also promote investment in frameworks and strategies by showing any improvements in banks to maintain any critical data and ensuring governance around data reporting management. All these. Next, this is comply with diagnosing and examining the bank's data, followed by any kind of reporting architecture capabilities. And also the governance weakness uh, of the outset of the project, followed by any robust end-to-end data and reporting governance frameworks, enhancing the automation, at the same time identifying risk-related data and as well as reporting management, upgrading the existing IT infrastructure. All these things are something which comply with BCBS 239 here. Now, when we try to understand about the principles of 239, the first one about the governance and infrastructure, that is the first one, wherein we must be knowing. Let me write down here. So, principles are as follows. Principles are as follows. The first one is called governance and infrastructure. The first one about the first one about the governance and infrastructure, which is the first one to be known with as the principles of BCBS and all that. Second, about risk aggregation capabilities. Risk aggregation capabilities is the second one. The third one about risk reporting practices. Followed by supervisory review tools and cooperation. So these are the different principles that are comes under BCBS. The first one, as I told you, which is about governance and infrastructure, because implementing robust governance structure should be an underpin in risk data aggregation and reporting. When any kind of bank boards and as well as senior managers must understand the deficiency in internal controls and as well as aggregated data. At the same time, organizations have boundaries which must overcome with some risk that can be risk of data can be accurately aggregated with different business lines, at the same time jurisdictions and legal entities promptly. Along with that, when it comes to the governance infrastructure is concerned, systems must support risk data aggregations and reporting, including any risk during the times of stress or crisis or something. Second principle under BCBS is about risk aggregation capabilities. Like banks normally demonstrate the ability to generate accurate and reliable aggregate risk data, which normally largely through automated solutions to minimize the errors, etc. Third one about risk reporting practices. Bank ensures the reconciled, validated, and accurate risk reports, which are presented to the appropriate stakeholders on time to support decision-making process. And these reports must also cover all the material relating to risk areas within the organization. And that is to be understandable for the recipient as well. By understanding the material gaps or weaknesses as well as understanding the factors to the conclusion of making the processes everything. Last one but not least, which is about supervisory review tools and cooperation, wherein supervisors will review and monitor banks' compliance with the principles and use appropriate tools to ensure any deficiencies that are to be addressed in an effective and timely manner. At the same time, supervisors should also have the ability to restrict growth in banks' risk-taking activities. Should it have any concerns about data deficiency, everything, all that. Next, we need to know about what are the different business benefits that we have under BCBS 239 that we are going to discuss in the next session.